Okay, so next up we have Mr. Alex Koen. Okay, Alex is a South African native, okay, and he has for the past 5 years worked multiculturally as a registered specialist wellness counselor in private, hospital, community, group, school, and individual settings. Okay, with this background in counseling psychology, he enjoys working with family dynamics, and this in turn led him to his passion to explore the creative therapies, pursuing his master's in art therapy here at LaSalle College of the Arts. He's continuously amazed at the power of creative interventions, and in his current enrollment, he can now bring together his passions for counseling, creativity, and fine art in the field of art therapy. So Alex is going to share with us his presentation. Okay. Yeah.
Start the timer. Hi guys, my name is Alex, and I'm really excited to be here today. I'm a first-year Masters in Art Therapy student. Woohoo! I'm very nervous, so I use humor, defense mechanism. So what are we going to be talking about today? Oh, Sachin, can I please have the internet? I need the internet, not this one. Yes. So Firefox. Yes. So we hope you just click there. So while you guys are waiting, I would like to invite you to take out your mobile phones. Everybody, take out your mobile phones. And yeah, at the very top, you see this little link over there, www.bcast.live/OVCL. You type that into your mobile browsers. Yes. Perfect, thank you. So I'm going to be talking about digital art media and augmented reality. And as a first-year student, I'm going to be taking a bit more of a theoretical perspective to this. So what you guys are doing on your mobile phones is you following along on this presentation with me. So this is real life, we're immersed. We're going into an immersed reality on our mobile devices. So at the very top, if you get lost, you can just pop that in there. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about digital art therapy. I'm going to be talking about augmented reality. I'm going to be talking about smartphone devices in art therapy. We're going to be covering a bit of experiential as well. So I just thought a word list is sometimes needed because this is new, this is technology. So what's really important for me in this is I want to talk about augmented reality and augmentation. I just wonder if you guys are all following on. Is this on your mobile devices? Just the hands up. I want to know if everybody's watching this. Yeah? Cool, cool. So with the idea of augmented reality, we're going to be exploring some more. So this is a word list of some of the things that we might be seeing in my presentation, but also in some of our other participants as well. So don't worry, you guys get this, and I want to jump over to the next part of this presentation, which is our own word list. So now we're on this, and I would like to invite you guys in a quick second to start typing out words on your presentation. What do you think is digital art therapy? What is it? How can we use it? Digital media. There we go. Graphic, creative, imagination, psyche, virtual, magical. Hi. Oh, you guys are having problems? Yes, OVCL. So maybe you can just share with a partner as well. Look at that, guys. Digital media bringing social together, not exclusion. Okay, so interactive seems to be the big word there. Anybody still struggling? How cool is this, guys? You guys are talking to me. So I'll give it 1 or 2 more minutes so we can just explain and explore a bit more. Okay, this is going crazy now. So can you see, when we're thinking about digital media, we can creatively think outside of the box. We can think of how we can use art therapy through this creation. Digital media can provide some of these for us, right? Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide because this is getting quite intensive. Does somebody want to take a photo of this? Because that would be really cool to just capture this. Yeah, look at the emojis. I'm so happy there's emojis. And there's Alex. Okay. So when we're thinking about digital art therapy, we're thinking about the tools and the processes, right? So we're thinking about drawing, sculpting, painting, photography, and Thang spoke about the basic knowledge in art therapy that we know that these typically facilitate things like evoking emotion. We can have integration. We can also think about how art has the ability to encompass all of this in digital realm, right? Computer technology has this capacity. So what I'm presenting today is not a new medium. It's a way that we use the medium as something that we can already share. Yeah? So it's not like, oh yes, art therapy has now to have to adapt and digital media is the new media. This is something that we can provide alongside our traditional media, right? So we're also thinking about the shifts in our digital culture. This is now Colton speaking about how this is changing how we are communicating. You just put some of your words on this board. How awesome was that? We communicated. It's changing the way that we are thinking. It's changing our behaviors. And we need to take note of this because our clientele, they're engaging in these things. So we need to take that into consideration. It's a complex parallel because now we've got the computer as a paintbrush. Yeah? The paintbrush is controlled, it's in the art therapy room. The computer isn't. So think about the ethical implications that can then have. Also, Carlton comes from the States, and in the ethical duty of an art therapist, we need to acknowledge, validate our clients and our own values, beliefs, attitudes, and biases with regards to others. This is one of the cultural contexts that we need to take into consideration. And if we're thinking about digital art media as a digital culture, we need to be a bit more informed about that as well. Still, there are some limitations. Security, that's something that we need to take into consideration, yeah? We need to think about the safety of our clients, confidentiality, then also the permanence. If I put something on like this is done. This is going to be following my life for the rest of my life now. This is permanent. It's being put up on the internet. So if you put something in a Google Drive, yeah, that's a bit more control. But if you put something up on Google, it's very difficult to delete. It's valuable. I hoped I didn't press anything. I hope that this is going to be working and it seems to be going fine. So digital media is valuable. So you need to be taking this into consideration because this will cause some frustration with our clients, right? And also thinking about how we're using digital media, it has that slippery slope for our dual relationships that we don't necessarily want to have with our clients. It can, because I mean, if I just WhatsApp my therapist on a random Sunday, do we go into that direction? So thinking about how we're using the digital media is very, very, very important. Thanks to all, we know that. So some of you might know this resource. It's a really good resource for art therapists, art therapy resource. I think they're Australian. So we're thinking about Bruce Moon's buffet of art materials. And over here at the very bottom, we can see, oh, we've got digital. So we've got painting, drawing, sculpting, collaging, writing, photography, and textiles. We as the master's students recently had a brilliant workshop on textiles. So thinking about this as an add-on instead of this is my process. This is my process. So we're thinking about these as well, and we're thinking, oh, which theoretical framework can help us understand digital media better? So as a trainee art therapist, I was looking at the expressive art therapies continuum so that you can understand where this is coming from. So this by no means is my own thoughts and thinking, and there's a lot of research that still needs to be put into this. But thinking about the cognitive and the symbolic elements that digital media can have. So complex tasks, various shapes, colors, objects. Let's think about the symbolic. Googled images. Yeah, we had some of that earlier. Let's think about the affective. So think about our emotions. How awesome. Who's ever responded to a text using emoji? Like, thumbs up. Yeah, Then we have got a couple, right? So think about emojis in art therapy. How can we use that? Can it express emotion? Can we get that emotion? Who's ever created an emotion like that, right? Like the poop emoji, that's a good one. Kinesthetic, think about the sound of a keyboard, like the fan that we're hearing. So it has that capacity. So using the ETC or the expressive therapies continuum, let's try to understand digital media and how we can use this with our clients. And again, if there's any questions, we can just chat on that a bit later on. So this is me just playing, having fun. So the awesome sensory element, there's apps where you can do watercolor painting on digital media. That's all digital. Think about Spotify. It's music, right? Music creates a sense of emotion. So how can you use that? So my journey now in augmented reality started last year, August, when I did a beautiful presentation for Ron. And this is what I would love to share with you guys today. So we're going to go into an experiential shortly. But augmented reality is a manageable type of immersive, three-dimensional virtual world that allows the user the full freedom of interaction within the world. Very big sentence that just says you use your phone and you play around with digital media. It's fun. It's absolutely fun. And nowadays, we get really good and affordable applications. In the past, this was quite expensive because you need to think about the mobile device, the applications, and a lot of times you need a developer or designer to create things like this. But now we have the capacity to watch YouTube videos, get tutorials, and do things ourselves as well. Okay. So we're thinking about smartphone devices as well. So most of you probably have a smartphone device ready, and you're probably following on this as well. And I'm wondering with regards to how are we using these applications? And we've seen, and now Martin's in 2015 mentions that sometimes we use applications in practice management. There's practice management applications out there. Case write noting. We look up the DSM codes now and there as well. We also look at applications that help us with meditation, mindfulness, ambient music, drawing, coloring, etc. So the danger in this is there's not a lot of research done on this, but yet we as practitioners, we just go, oh yeah, that's easy, we'll use it. So we need to do more research. So also what I'm trying to present with this is, yeah, this is fun, this is cool, but we really need to think about how are we using this with our clients. Is it safe? Yeah. But on the flip side, we can use this in assessment. How awesome would it be to do the kinesthetic family drawing and put it up and let a computer help you do the analysis? Yeah, save some time. So these are some of the things that Martin mentioned as well, and I'm wondering, in my practice, how is this going to look in 30 years? Where are we going to be? So yeah, there's dangers, but also let's get excited about the good stuff as well. So now we're going to get into experiential. So we're back on our phones, guys. So if you're still on that website, that's absolutely brilliant. And you guys can choose. Either you can engage in a digital expression, or you can use traditional tactile media, which is at the back. I would like to invite you now to go to the bottom right-hand corner of your device, which says More. And then you're going to download an image that says Draw a Story. And that image would look something like this. So for those of you who prefer tactile media, I've got a couple of printouts at the back. You're more than welcome to take that as well. There's a couple on the walls. If you want to do group work, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Everybody downloading, just see your hands up. Who's found it? Cool. I don't want to leave people behind. Okay, so now I'd like to invite you to go to your phone's gallery. It's either on Android, it's the gallery app that looks like this, or on iOS, it should look something like that. And find that image that you just downloaded. So this one over there. And then clicking Edit, or any of those applications over there, I would like to invite you to create a drawing in this white section over here. So if you want to use the digital version, you're more than welcome to. If you want to use the tactile version, you're more than welcome to. So now I would like to invite you to go back to this application and click back on the More section. And then there should be a link that says Zapper link. You click on that one. Cool. It should open a website now. And so once you guys are ready, I just chose one at random. So if you open that application and you're on a Zapper website now, correct? Then you say open. You know, who's participating? Thank you. So then you say, why is this not working? So perhaps let's put this in. If you've got a QR scan code, you can scan this code over here. If not, you can push this into your web browser. Yeah. There we go. So now once you hear that sound, I would like to keep your phone on the camera, on the board. And then the immersion should start. Here we go, guys. So this is the end of my presentation. So thank you so much for engaging. And it kind of worked. Yeah. So thank you so much. And I'll hand over.